received at our central processing lab in Chennai.
So, talking about the women in rural India, so are you planning to collaborate with the government or any other organizations for that, so that, it can reach to that part of India also?
Right, we've been in the process of conversations, right? I mean, the launch has just happened. This is something that we will partner with societies across the country, and maybe Dr. Palshekar is also the head also of the Indian Society of Artificial Reproduction. That's why she's here, to help create awareness for the services also. It will be an endeavor because clearly it's not something only limited to the urban India. It is something that will apply to all over. Infertility across genres affects people.
See, as an organization, we have taken up a lot of awareness programs, and our awareness begins with our doctors, so that when patient come to them, they talk to them and they tell them about it. And we also conduct camps, we also conduct public forums all across the country. We have 22 chapters, so we do spread awareness that way.
Another thing is a lot of corporates have also now started including infertility treatments, assessments, freezing. All of that is also now being covered. So corporate outreach will also be a large effort initiative from the company.
Thank you.
Correct. So this is what is also provided in our instruction kit. If someone can actually show that.
Yeah, it's there on the instruction kit, day 2 or day 3 of the cycle.
And which is what the convenience is, because once you have the kit available at home, you can plan exactly the day and do the collection on the specified date.
And how much time does it take for the report to come?
Usually 3 working days or less. I mean, usually it's only 24 hours, but we promise, including transport, about 3 working days.
Thank you.
So this is related to delivery basically. So as you say that you have delivery persons who are going to deliver the products, I want to know about what about extreme weathers, where certain times the delivery persons might mishandle it by mistake, or where there are extreme temperatures or extreme weathers that are going on, like floods and all. During those times, how are you going to handle those kind of samples? Then if something happens to that sample, is the new, like what you call the sample that you send back to the customer, is it free of charge, or will you be charging for that also?
Right. I mean, I don't think we have control on everything. I mean, on causes, but just to let you know, even during COVID, our lab did not shut down for a single day, even when there were no air logistics, right? Because we have a pan-India network, we were able to transport the samples right from Delhi to even Chennai within that time period. Our teams would do cross-country relays, road to road to move the samples out. So we think we have managed our samples well. I mean, including during in Chennai where our lab is, right? We've seen extreme weather conditions, typhoons, cyclones, flooding, all of it. Even the airport was closed, for many days. Still, we were able to manage the continuity of operations. Nearly about 50% of our lab staff also is within a 3-kilometer radius of our lab. So we were able to have the people also come on site to do the processing. As regards to refunds, yes, I mean, of course, if the sample is not collected, it is our duty to provide a no-cost additional collection kit free of charge, yes. Including, we also have guarantee programs where, we even give 5 lakh guarantee also should the sample not be viable also, right? At the time of need, a sperm is frozen, and is shipped to a IVF clinic, and the IVF clinic checks at that point, realizes what our report is and what the sample is, don't match. We provide that additional guarantee also. And we transport these samples free of cost under cryogenic conditions to any clinic within India. And we store these samples in multiple containers. So it's not just dependent on one single container, multiple container. We're the only stem cell bank in the country to preserve stem cells also 2 different geographic locations, one in Chennai, the other in Gurgaon.
You know, that storage in different containers is important. Even when we store eggs, we always store it in 2 different containers of the same patient. It's very important. Yes.
Because you can't get another sample again.
We
right?
can't store the eggs in 2 different geographical situations now because of the law, but we would love to do that also.
If, if there is in a place, if 2 people from the same area have ordered the same kits and they both have the same surnames, isn't there a chance of mix-up?
Right. So we have multiple identifications always. It's not just the name, right? We also have a kit box number also that is independent for each of the. So there's a barcoding process which ensures these mix-up of samples don't happen.
Oh, all right, thank you.
And nowadays there's witnessing systems which are there in the labs, okay? So there are different systems which are there in the lab.
So which is RFID tagging.
Yes.
So you ensure that accidentally also such mistakes don't happen. You don't depend on a people process, but actually on a system-driven process.